Morning all. We're going to do a one take back from the boot fair. Show you what I got the weekend. So I've got most of it down on a table. I think it's all here. A few other bits and bobs as well. Let's crack on and take you through it. So it's all has accumulated itself in this little corner and down here as well. And normally, if I go to a boot fair, I'd like to get around like 30 items, 25, 30. If I get more, brilliant. If not, so be it. And I always take a picture of it just so I can sort of like, if I'm doing a haul for my kind of records, I know what I bought on that day, even though I've got a spreadsheet of everything. So going through very quickly, I've done the one thing of having one shoe up here, and I've got loads and loads of shoes. So I'll quickly go through these. Standard pair of white Converse. This phone's just dropped down. So there'll be about 15. This is going to be fun, isn't it? It's going to be stuff falling off everywhere. TomTom. Now, I've made a bit of a mistake here because I bought live versions before and they're not worth it. But I still think I'll make a little bit of money on that. I ended up getting this old Nokia phone just because I saw someone the other day get a box phone and it was worth quite a bit of money. I don't think this, obviously very common phone, and the battery seems to be absolutely dead on it. I've got another Nokia. What is it? 3310 or something? I think it's the one that everyone had. I'll try the other battery in it if I can find that other phone to see, but it's in nice condition though. But yeah, I did kind of pay a bit too much for that really. It was under a tenner, but not much under a tenner. Right, what else we got? We got these, which are nice, which are called what are they called? There's something white, not triple white. Something I can't remember. But again, hopefully they get a little bit more. I'm always around Converse. I'm always around sort of 15 to 20. If they're a little bit different, maybe a little bit more. These, which caught my eye, Ed Handy. Love Kills Slowly with a skull. Apparently bought in the lanes in Brighton. Thought they might be quite desirable. Not too much, 25s on eBay, something like that. So not amazing. Got this little bundle of 3 Master of the Universe figures. Apparently that's from She-Ra. So they were £3. There was also a Rocket Raccoon mashup figure in there. The guy was selling loads of Star Wars stuff, which caught my eye, and I know a bit more about, but they were a £5 each, and these are pretty scrappy figures, really. But I've put those on. I've listed those. I think I've listed them for 20. £3 buy. Can't go wrong on that. This is a new with tags rugby top, and these always go well when the British Lions tour is on. So I'll have to find out when that is. Probably coming up in the next few months. Another pair of black standard Converse. I think these are size 5, all right size. Really, really good condition. I've turned a few down because they're just like practically waterpaper thin on the sole, but they're good condition. And these are nice as well. And I put these on at 30. I almost changed it to 40 because I saw some research from one sold in the States. But then on eBay, it was coming up with quite low prices for solds in the UK, sort of a tenner or 10 to 15 or less on bids, I think. But these again are really good condition, no wear on them whatsoever. So I have aimed high. I have hope on those. I'll keep my eye on them and see how they go. A couple of pairs of Skechers. Again, I always try and make sure they're in good condition. So these are nice. And these white ones, again, I've priced these high just because the research on eBay was high. I think I put them on for 40 or possibly more. So we'll see how they go. I mean, I'd be happy with what I paid to be happy with 2025. But you've got to try if you think there's a chance. Just don't keep it too high for too long. Air Force One, another pair of trainers. Standard Air Force One. Again, good condition. I see some of these and they're fake. I tend to have a look at the stitching. I look at who I'm buying them off, which may be a bit of an assumption, but that's what I do. Look at the hole size here, and look at the if it looks like it's got a good label in it. And these looks all right. Size 5, really nice condition. Pair of rugby boots. I bought these. I mean, these will sell to someone probably again for around about 20 quid, 15, 20 quid. It's got the adapter thing as well. They were caked in mud when I got them. The woman had another pair, but she was selling them for, I don't know, 15 quid or something. And she was going, they've hardly been used, but they had been used. So, it doesn't really make a difference whether they've been used, a bit for a couple of seasons or they've been used maybe twice. Once they cleaned up, they're pretty much the same, same shakes. So, yeah, got those ones, and hopefully there's a good return on that. Got a Liverpool top here, which is in okay condition, just a little bit of wear here. I've had the Warrior one before, and it's not great. I mean, I bought a load of Liverpool tops beginning of last year. I got them dirt cheap, can't remember how much I paid. I probably did a haul video on it, but they were very, very cheap. And some of them sold well, you're looking at 15 to 20s. I was expecting maybe a bit more with the price of tops, but this one, the Warrior ones that I had didn't go that well, but I should still do all right on that. This was the buy where I missed out on a pair of boots, which I talked about on Monday, but I was still very happy that I got these. And like I say, pleased for the person who got them. They've made some good money on the boots. I didn't even get to see what make they were. I sort of had a quick look, picked these up, saw that they were just a nice pair of brown boots, and thought, oh well, I'll get those. I'll mention those to the lady when she arrives, and then got distracted. But I think these should do well. Like brand new tags with that box. Absolutely perfect. Goodyear soles. Haven't looked up any prices yet, but well, I don't know how much this sort of thing would be new. Would it be about £70 or £80 new? So yeah, hopefully some good money in that. Couple of items left on the table, and then we get down to some gaming stuff. Here's all the other pairs of shoes. So a new Chicago Bulls cap. I haven't sold caps for years, so I've got no idea on price. I would imagine it's about a tenner. And this was a bit of a... When I bought it, I thought, oh no, should I have done that? This was off the same bloke I bought the He-Man stuff off, who had loads of Star Wars. And he said, oh, this just came out of my loft. And it all just came out of my loft. And I kind of like... At first, I was like, oh, really? Interesting. I could be onto a right winner here. And then he had it all bagged up individually in like different sections. I thought, no, it hasn't really. You're just a toy dealer. And but this, the good thing about it, I checked through the bits. It's all there apart from one little headlight, which is that bit there. One of those is missing. It's got... People sell these decal sheets separately and the instructions separately, so that's in really good condition. All the pieces there, apart from that headlight, and there's one plate, one of these flat plates, which is split down the middle. But there, it's not an uncommon piece, so I put that on for 40, and one, a couple of sold for, around that. Price, bit more, and some a bit less. And this is the best condition one I've seen. People are selling, individual parts out of it. So if I get 40 quid on that, that'll do me. Right, gaming. PS3, no controllers, no power lead, just an 8 lead, no HDMI, but I've got a load of those as well. 2 games. I was kind of thinking that might be worth a bit to sell on its own, but it's not, and I don't imagine that is. The console does work, and that will go stashed away with my consoles, which I'm going to all list in September. So all my gaming stuff I'll list in September. This PS2 Slim came with this Wii. It was all like quite nuts, really. It was just a bag of stuff. This did have a power supply, but I think it was a fake one. It was so light. And again, I had some. This. Look at this. So it looks knockoff. I mean, I might well plug it in and see if anything's coming out of it, but I'm not. I no way am I selling that. It just looks like dodgy, and the plug, looks very weird. I don't know whether it's some Chinese, knockoff thing. But I got that and I thought, does that mean the console's done in? But I put in one of my spare power supplies and absolutely fine. So again, didn't have an AV cable, but did have a remote. We've got a silver remote in there, which is nice. And in here, well, I've got 5 Wii remotes, but only 3 of them are good. 2 or 3 of them are good original Wii ones. Couple of nunchucks, 2 power supplies, 2 AV leads. Got some motion, plug-in bits that go into the original controllers. Stand and the Wii. The Wii works. So, all of that, sales-wise, well, I mean, that will probably be sold with a controller and a couple of games. And I imagine that's around 40 or 50. I'll have to check the price at the time. The Wii bundle will go with 3 games and probably be sold for 35, 40. Might be able to sell an odd controller out of it with a motion thing. May even get a pair of controllers out of it. And if I can sell a pair of controllers, probably around about 30 quid. What else was in there? This little PSP power supply, which again, always good to have. I've got a few PSPs kicking around. But that was it. I mean, I think that is probably around about 30 items, which is nice. Right, that's your lot. Short and sweet. I have listed quite a bit of this stuff, but I want to get the rest of it listed and generally get tidied up and get this on the stock shelves. Hopefully it sells quick. If it doesn't, be lower in those prices. Hope you had good boot fare, and I'll do another one of these on my next haul. I'll catch you later. Take it easy.